Hey, Riddle here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. Thank you for subscribing if you have. We just hit over 7,000 and I'm very humbled by that. So what are we looking at here? I collect rare plants. I love the challenge. I love having something precious, especially in a time when so much of our natural world is disappearing. It's going to be just an extremely short amount of time that the plant collector people will possibly have some of the only living DNA of some of these species of plants, which is incredibly tragic. But I hope in the future that we may be able to help science when we can, or if we can, make the planet benevolent again for nature and reintroduce these species back into a natural environment. That's the highest and best goal, not greedily collecting exotic or rare things, for sure. But what we're looking at here is a corpse lily. Now, for some reason this year, this particular corpse lily that I collect, I have, I think, 5 or 6 different species, is really happy, and every single one is getting ready to bloom right now. And why do they call these corpse lilies? Well, the notorious corpse lily that has made it into popular culture is actually one of the largest flowers in the world. When you see them blooming at different botanical gardens and what have you, they create a media frenzy, and people stand in line to see this ginormous, sometimes and usually up to 6-foot tall flower, the largest flower in the world, that blooms and smells like rotten meat. Yes, as evolution would have it, corpse lily got its name because when it blooms, it smells like rotten meat, or these particular corpse lilies smell like dead mice because they're pollinated by flies and not bees, which will definitely give them an advantage in the short term in this world where our bees and pollinators are disappearing, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of flies around till the end, along with the roaches and the ants. But right now, I'm just really excited to see how these are going to open up and develop for me this year. They're just so dramatic and beautiful. And I've had a challenge keeping them alive because I moved from the southern part of California into the northern part of California. Now, there are dozens of species of corpse lilies. These are not the titanum, which is the one that grows gigantic. I've never been able to keep one alive. It's very expensive even to get a single seed of them. And I really need a greenhouse before I venture there again, because I arrogantly thought that I could keep one alive, and it was just a losing situation. But I do have, I think, 3 or 4 or 5 different species. The problem is, this one's going to be beautiful. And this is one of the things that attracts me to the plant, is the coloring on the stems almost looks like an animal, like a giraffe or some type of cat. Look at this one over here. This is also going to be a large green blossom. The blossoms are very phallic too, if you didn't notice. I have a cold weather one, a Dracula, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The bloom opens up and it's this rich burgundy velvet. It's just insane. So I will make a second video when these open up for you. I can't tell what species it is yet because they got all mixed up when I moved. And I believe these were a gift from a gentleman who has an extensive collection in Florida. And he and I had a nice dialogue going, so he gifted me some bulbs. And I've kept them alive, as you can see. And once these open up, and you can see the majestic flower that they form and all the flies that they draw, that will be our next video. And depending on the weather here, it looks like this is going to happen within the next 3 or 4 days. So thank you for coming to my channel. I would say if you're a plant lover, try a corpse lily. It's a bulb, and they're relatively easy to take care of. The main thing you have to remember is they do go dormant, and not to destroy the soil or throw the pot away or plant something else in it when they're in their dormancy stage. And they do their thing once a year like all bulb flowers do, but it's really special. Okay, thanks for coming to my channel. If you enjoy my wacky / unusual / money saving tips, organic gardening, art and occasional magic, please subscribe. It helps. Take care.